Stand back. I'm beginning to morb. Hey, Hambone. Hey, Samurai. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hey, this is the page I wanted. I do not like Twitch's new content creator layout page. I get confused that all the time. Hello, hello, hello. So, hopefully everyone's enjoying their Friday. And have me a sip of this Dr. Pepper. Gonna make sure my phone is muted so I don't have any beeps and boops going on. Hey Asher, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Thanks for leaving a lurk. Bit warm, but good. I have heard that well, I don't know what specifically country, I don't know specifically where you are, Samurai, and I won't ask you to out yourself. I know the weather's been warm here. I have heard from Nura over in Germany that things are pretty warm there too, so it just seems to be, right now, it's a warm season. So, it's the worst part about the summer. Things get too warm too fast. I like things to be like springtime. I like spring and fall where it's cool. Anyway, not the point. Let's get onto a stream here. Let's get on the actual stream here. You're in Holland. Okay. Cool for some reason, California right now. You guys are always in heat though, so you're when it's actually like a regular, like, it's hot for everyone else. You're just like, oh, it's shirt weather. It's also Friday in California. Speaking of 30 degrees, sense. Oh, 8. Oh, I hate humidity. Okay, so here's what happened. Just to summarize it very quickly here. About a month ago when they announced Mortal Kombat 1, like when they officially revealed it, they also had signups for the online stress test, which was like the online testing they were going to do before they released the beta closer to the game's release, because this game comes out in September. I would figure this is going to come out in July. August would be the demo, or the beta, I should say. Then September would be the game's release. So I signed up for it, because it's only for like PS5s and Xbox Series X's, whatever. I probably won't get in. My roommate my roommate helped me get my PS5, but he has kind of he has a card, he has an out card basically that says, hey, as long as we plan ahead with it, there's going to be games I want to play that are unique to this console. I want to borrow it. And I'm just like, that's fine, because you helped me get the damn thing. I get it. So when Final Fantasy 16 comes out, which was Thursday, he's like, Ez, I'm playing the card. I want to borrow the PS5 so I can play it. And I've had this weird discussion with my roommate about this. Hey there, Vamp. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Where he's not been very enthused about Final Fantasy 16, yet he still insisted on buying it launch day, to the point he had to go to multiple stores to actually find a copy. And he still insists on playing it, despite the fact he's been very critical about it. And now, most recently, it's actually physically causing him pain, because he's one of those few folks that can actually detect things like really bad motion blur and like visual performances. I can't do that with my eyes. He can. Well, I hope your Friday... Okay, Maura, let me rephrase it then. I hope your Friday turns around and things end up being better for you this evening. Okay? We'll do that instead. But I basically told him, because I forgot this was happening this weekend, I had to give him this warning. It's like, I have no problem with you borrowing it. You want to play the game, power to you. That's kind of what I think he's doing. It's Saturday for a minute now. Oh yeah, I guess it would be that time. Well, hopefully your Saturday's better. There we go. Anyway, long story short, I got into the beta for this, and I told him that this was the one thing that would make me want us to split the system. Otherwise, you can play for the weekend. I don't care. But if this happens, I'm gonna want in on it. Is that Devil May Cry? You mean this? Or this? Yes. Is Devil May Cry? I have Devil May Cry 5 as well. I just don't have it installed at the minute. Actually, that's part of the reason my roommate doesn't like Street Fighter 6, or not Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 16, is because it plays a little too close to Devil May Cry, which is just like, that's the thing that I want, but neither here nor there. So I get into this, I downloaded it, we've kind of agreed to split the PlayStation over the weekend so that I can do this while playing that. Play DMC. That's something I'm going to be playing in my private time. Mora. I might play 4 again. But no, we are in fact playing Mortal Kombat. It's the online stress test I got selected for. It's only available for the weekend. I had to come to a very terse agreement with my roommate to get this back so he could keep playing Final Fantasy 16. That's the only reason I got it back was because of this. So we are going to be playing it unless the server isn't working for some reason, in which case we might do something else. So I will get into it here real quick. I did mention this briefly on Twitter. I'm not very good at Mortal Kombat. I prefer the single-player stuff of Mortal Kombat more so than the online or the competitive stuff. It's one of the few fighting games that I don't particularly care for the online play. Not because it's bad or anything, just because I don't particularly care for Mortal Kombat at a competitive level. I'll be honest. But I do still really love this series, and I do still love playing it, just not so much on the the online stuff that I play like Street Fighter 6 for. Jesus Christ, Mora. Let's talk you more kill. You're so very, wound up today. NetherRealm Studios. I've come for murder. Hey there, Moss. How you doing? Look at this. You know, I know I'm being yelled at to start the murder, but come for the gore, stay for the Lord. That's kind of that's how I got into Mortal Kombat as a kid, because it was the game I wasn't allowed to play. I also like to point out, Mora will appreciate this. If this didn't say Mortal Kombat 1 on it, I would almost confuse this with a Sekiro screenshot. That was strange. I don't know what that was about. Do not compare. I'm talking about the setting and the mood of this one scene compared to everything else. And I think I meant to say Ghost of Tsushima as opposed to Sekiro, but that's what I'm talking about. This one scene, that the calming nature, the presentation, it reminds me of it. It's all. Same difference. You're so feisty today, Mora. Tosa Sushimi, yes. So I should also mention, I did also check, they have no problem with folks playing the game in an online capacity. So you can be streamed, it can be made content for whatever you want. But let's see what we got here. Classic Towers. So we do have, looks like, a very limited arcade mode. The Coming Natures of Warriors Orochi. Those are just some single-player test stuff, and our 4 playable characters are Sub-Zero, Kenshi, Kitana, and Liu Kang. Sub-Zero looks weird. A little bit. Hey, let's see. No Scorpion? Surprisingly, in the demo, yeah, no Scorpion. You would figure Scorpion would be a guaranteed in, because that's Ed Boon's favorite character. Steve Harvey checks. So because all we have is access to this for a second, I'm just going to go into the single player here just for a second to get the buttons figured out. Downvote ratio uninstall. I'm doing no such thing. Oh, wait, hang on. Yep. That's the unblockable. Cameos have their own fatalities. Interesting. Is it tag team? That is a fast load, yes. So here's how the system works. This is the kind of thing that they've built up for this game. It's called the Cameo Fighter system. Basically, with every character you pick, you can pick a secondary character to act as something as a striker. Like, you can call them out for certain moves, a little bit like some of the King of Fighters games. It's not technically direct tag team in the sense you can't tag between the two of them. You are still playing as whatever character you pick first. But you are able to kind of go back and forth. Scorpus Sub-Zero, you can do that allegedly, supposedly. We don't know all the cameo fighters yet. We know a few of them. And you can, in fact, mix and match like that. So there's a Johnny Cage cameo character, and there's a Johnny Cage regular playable character. So you could have Johnny and Johnny as your thing. You could have Scorpion, Sub-Zero, I think Scorpion and Sub-Zero are going to be cameo fighters as well, from kind of what they've alluded to. So, oh, we've got hit data. That's the move. That's the block. Okay. Ooh, that looks good. Ah! Ow, okay. So what is that? So that's, they got like, it's probably extend moves like, oh, how did you do that again? Enhanced moves. It's their EX moves. Hey, HH, how you doing? If I can run into one move and run off screen. It does look like that, yeah. Ugh. Ow. Oh, we do have fatal blows. Okay. Oh. Just looks over. It looks so fucking goofy. It's Mortal Kombat. It's always been kind of goofy. Where was it? Oh. And they have different moves depending on what button you press. That's interesting. I do have Ice Clone. Oh, okay. Throw looks good either way. Fair enough. Oh, there's Ice Slide. Ow. Okay. Throws. Down, down. R1. Does it say a distance? No, it does not say a distance. So maybe it's just anywhere. Do you have regular fatalities? You do. And brutalities, but you can't do those normally. See, the thing is, I have to look at this to try to figure out how to do stuff, how to do combos and things like that. Ah, classic. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Oh. MK11 did have a similar system for tower fights. It did. It had a teaser thing where they kind of did that. And it looks like that's the whole idea they're building off of. And I don't know, I kind of dig that. This is an interesting approach for Mortal Kombat.
Round one, fight.
Ow. Whoa! Hi. Ooh. Like I said, Mortal Kombat's not something. This is Hitman level. We haven't even gotten to the real gory stuff yet. Okay, so it's. Ow. Ow. Okay. Doing the fatal blow, which I can block, which I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but whatever.
You are pathetic and weak. Round two.
Agent 47 for Mortal Kombat? Hey, you never know. Oh, is it? No, it's X, right. Oh, okay. Ow. Oh, cameo throws. That's kind of cute. So hang on. What's this combo that I keep getting wrong? Pop up. It is X. Okay.
Finish her.
Well, let's get this out of the way here. I just want to see it. What are the... Simple executables for all fatalities so far, but... Oof.
Fatality. Sub-Zero wins.
God damn. Yeah, that's a Mortal Kombat level fatality. I missed the slow-mo for the fatals. Well, if they hit, there might still be slow-mo. We'll see in a second, I'm sure. Ooh. It has a deceptively slower pace than... Ooh, he's a ground dragon fireball. That's interesting. Wait, you have breakers? Okay, you can use them as breakers too. I did not know that. Oh! Ooh, ow. Oh. And the cameos change on the x-rays as well? Interesting. Or was you can input that or not. Oh, it wrecked me. No sense the complex inputs, but just the rarity of them. A little bit, I can see what you're kind of getting at there, yeah. It's a, something is lost in the days where the internet existed. Like, there's just some things you can't do in fighting games anymore, or specifically Mortal Kombat. It's part of their appeal. Oof. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. She does do her goofy air thing. Okay, that is what she was doing in the air. Oh. Okay.
Finish him.
Like being a kid, seeing someone do a fatality was mind-blowing. It very much was. That was always the cool thing about those things as a kid, was just like, oh, how'd you do that? Mortal Kombat succeeds because of how secretive it was. Or at least at first, I should say. It didn't stay that way, unfortunately, but... Special moves... Oh, yes, you do get the ones. You can charge it. You can cancel out of attacks. Interesting.
Round one. Fight.
Oof! That's just cool shit. Oh, there we go. Oh, ow. Bop, bop. I do love that. RKO, sweet Lord Jesus.
Round 2, fight.
Relevant event. Hey, it still happens, so. Hello, hey, Charisma J, how you doing? Ow, okay, that's a low. Ow. Oh. Okay, that's a very close range one, fair enough. Oof. That still works.
Sub-Zero wins.
Been better. Sorta got hit by a car at work today. Oh my god. Glad to hear you're okay at least. And what do you mean, sort of? You either get hit by a car or you don't? I mean, I guess you can get sideswiped by a car, but that's not the same thing. Hey, hang on, what is the extension on that again? Okay, it's very strict timing.
I will freeze your soul. Round 2.
It does most of the car, but it ran over my foot. Ugh. Okay, that's still rough. Ow, okay. I wonder. I do very much enjoy that still. Whoa. Ooh. Oh. You know what? Hold my ankle on. Hold 4 times they dropped a rail on it. It's not a good day for the foot. You gotta take care of your foot better. Thank you for playing. 4 fights, get out. I do dislike that there's no like options for anything. It's just okay, away you go, but computer to computer, that's wireless. That's not wireless. Is that wireless? That's wire connection. Pretty sure. Can't remember.
Kitana. Sub-Zero. Sonya Blade.
So with Jax.
Cage Mansion.
Living in your sister's shadow wastes your potential.
It is my duty and privilege to serve her.
Oh. So Kitana might not be the princess after all. It might be Melina's the princess. Let's talk about Jade, maybe? Just got my steel toe boots. I mean, you could hurt, but yeah. Oh, God. Oh. Ow. I'm trying to hit the uppercut because it's the anti-air, but it's not working. Oh, yeah.
I am just getting
All this head just kind of ruined by a flamingo floaty. Well, this is what happens when you hang out in Johnny Cage's house. At least I'm fairly certain this is Johnny Cage's house. I think he called it that. Oh! Okay, here we go. Oh no, I'm still dead.
Finish him.
Yeah. He's now a danger loose type? Maybe.
Kitana wins.
I mean, a rematch. Why not? I will admit, most of my interest in Mortal Kombat 1 is seeing how the story stuff changes, but, you know. Ooh, ow. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm hitting the wrong... I understand it now. Ow, ow, oh god. Oh, Jesus.
You cannot help
Timba, his eyes open. Oh, that's what... Okay, that's what that is. That's his throw. Yeah, that's his throw. That's why that's not working. I see. Oh, ow. Oh, I'll stop it. Oh. Hits with a dirty overhead, too. Yep, okay. Okay, that's just overkill. Darmok and Jalad at the pit, too. Oof.
Finish him. Kitana wins.
Yeah, that was what was gonna happen there. Let me menu for a second. I need to find something real quick. I think you already did it. I'm pretty sure he's dead. We don't think about that. We don't think about that. Hang on one second. Hi, Simi friend. Hey there, Oreo. How you doing? Mortal Kombat 1 stress tests. AC seconds. What? Let's see here. This was be in... Yeah, quitalities are back. Yep, other than that. Loving the game? It's still kind of early on for me to say that. And as I alluded to earlier, we'll have to see how things go in there. But I'm enjoying it so far, but I've only played a little bit, like literally just a little bit. Darmok pawning warming. you're not going to have like a section for it on your site? You usually do. Or is it because I bet your site too small? Yeah, that makes sense. I have your site too small. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay, you know what? It's fine. Sense, still block mechanic, with floss block, relocation vest, blocky high hitting attack. Ugh. It was a special boost this from Marvel's Capcom. Hey, don't mind me, just derpy friend. No, that's fair. That's fair. Pair it off for years now. Get your chip business properties. I'll have to actually look into how you do the specific mechanics here, because I don't want to spend all my time reading that. We're here to test the online, which in fairness actually ran pretty well, all things considered. Like, I wasn't good at it, but you know. We're ultimately here to do online testing and to check out Mortal Kombat and see what are the odds I run into one of the big names. We'll stick with Liu Kang, but we're gonna go off. We'll stick with Sonya.
The tea house.
You will not enter the Temple of the Elements.
I will have the power you've locked away inside.
Sonic Monk. Okay, we're not doing entrances. Fair enough. Ow. Well. Ow, ow, okay.
I am the chosen one.
Round 2. Fight.
There we go. Ow, ow, ow. He's got Ride and stuff in. I guess that makes sense. He would have Ride and stuff in there now. Oh, there's a little bit of a hiccup. Yeah, okay. I wonder how I get out of stuff like this then. Oof. Jimmy Buffett in the background's thinking it. Jimmy Buffett's just happy to be here, man. Yeah. But yeah, this is how I learn. This is how I get better, in theory. I get my ass kicked a few dozen times, and then look, I'll get better. Ooh. Oh, and you flawless block too? Now you're just showing off. Oh. Oh! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoop. And broken. It is... That is the way it's going to be for a little bit. Just want to go back and see move list for a second. I want to see something. I want to see maybe the move list is listed in here and I'm just a goober and I don't know it. As I said, it's easier for a second so I have a chance to breathe on this. Like I said, I don't know Mortal Kombat as well as I do Street Fighter. This is what I played casually on the side to hang out with friends who had the, I think it's Genesis. Was it the Genesis version? Yeah, the Genesis version was a cool one. Basic attack. Taunts is down 4 times. Fair enough. Breaker's just forward in R2. Really? That's it? Okay. Up and forward?
Fight.
I thought that was a TV on the wall for a second, but no, it's a pair of swords. Okay. Pop. Deadly Vapors. Ice Slide. Why is my Ice Slide working different than the opponent's? Is there a way you can just stop it? Because I'm not using the enhanced Ice Slides, I don't think. I'm going to try it just without hitting the button. Very vastly from day to day. Yeah, that's also the problem with the Mortal Kombat games. It's not impossible to learn them. I don't want to say it's impossible. Oh, that is the enhanced one. This is with a knockdown. Weird. Oh.
Finish.
What was it in the move list? Hang on. Okay. Ugh. Ice Knuckles. Those aerial attacks, that's not what I want. Yeah.
Sub-Zero wins.
Or it's Katana's VC. This could be Kenshi's stuff. Not really the point. I just find it weird that Kenshi's in here too, now that I think about it.
Round 1. Fight.
Ow. Trying to figure out what I can and can do stuff, what's going to be safe and what isn't. Up. Okay. Feeling a little bit more confident. Like, in fairness, it's not... This is not me trying to sit here and just, like, lab out, because it's like, it doesn't matter. We are online to stress test the game for this period of time, just to do stuff, so... There's a reason it's not even recording, like, our win-loss records. Which I'm thankful for. The controller is making noise. Don't like that.
Sub-Zero. Kano. Sonya Blade.
Day or night versions of the different things? Okay, that's interesting.
Living
Yeah.
in your sister's shadow wastes your potential.
It is my duty and privilege to serve her.
Yeah, the TV's volume's not on, so... Apologies if you hear that. That's the controller, and I can't control that. Oh. Please, get off me. I mean, you can't... So that's interesting. Ooh.
This has been missing.
Round two.
Is there going to be a lore reason the Canon fighters are rocking the actual MK1 outfits? There's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing. I do think it's going to be a little bit of both, actually. Like, I think some of it's going to be a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and there might be, because... Okay. So, this is the thing that has a lot of people, and myself, confused. Oh, wait, no. Shh. I'll finish my train of thought in a second. Oh.
Die like my father.
Final
Oh.
round. Fight.
Okay. Oh. Whoop. No. Okay, so the timing on that's very specific. You're definitely going to see folks favoring certain Okay. Oh. Don't know this part. There we go. He was fishing for it. Oh. That's gross.
Fatality. Kitano wins.
So what I'm thinking is that what's going to boil down, because if you don't know how MK11 ends with like Liu Kang has the powers of not only being Raiden because he's a god now, and he also has the ability to control time. Just don't ask about it. It basically ends with him being like, I'm going to reset everything so it's cool again. And the implication that they did in that game was a fair sight. Well, the indication there seemed to be that they were going to go back in time and tell the very first story of the very first Mortal Kombat. So for those who don't know Mortal Kombat's extended lore, which is, yeah, basically how it works is the first game that we see, the first Mortal Kombat, is not the very first Mortal Kombat tournament. Ow. At reboot, at this point, it's a reboot, yes. But the way the story at the end of 11 seemed to indicate they were doing is that we'd be going back to the very first tournament that happened several thousand years ago. Like with Kung Lao's ancestor, before Scorpion, before any of this stuff. Now, it doesn't appear they've done that, but they might have, actually. We don't totally know. I was hoping for a cast of new weirdos, but... Okay, that feels like that wasn't right. I was on the same side for that. I didn't have Fatal Blow yet. I do now. wonder how you do that then. Try to get past and save Mortal Kombat. Well, the thing is, the games, like the trailer for MK1 here, the story it seems to indicate is that Liu Kang has done that. He's created his perfect utopia, but then Shang Tsung shows up, and it's like, why? Like, how does Shang Tsung show up again? Of all the people that Liu Kang would be like, if I'm making my utopia, you don't get to be here, it would be Shang Tsung. So I think that's a lot of like the story-based mystery stuff, and you know, maybe they are doing a thing where it's like the people that are involved are like Liu Kang like remade them a different, like supposedly. I don't know how true this is, but it's like alluded to that Scorpion and Sub-Zero are not rivals now so much as they're brothers. And it looks like Katana and Melina are more direct brothers, or sisters, I should say. Right, back's the throw, and remember that. Okay, the throw shouldn't be blockable, I argue, since you gotta be way up close to use it, but... BFFs forever.
Round 2, fight.
Fair's what I think is going on, actually, now that I listen to it. I'm pretty sure my opponent, because I didn't hear this earlier, just has their microphone on. It's catching everything. Oh. Gotcha.
Ice will cover this land.
So it is effectively like a reboot, but it's just like Liu Kang decided to fill his utopia with all of his old friends and enemies for some reason. So the fact that like the cameo fighters have like their old look is like, could that be important? Maybe. I will say this, as I'm getting my ass handed to me again here. Oh. Yeah, that should not be blockable. That's a throw. Honest opinion. But outside of that, like, we don't really know the story of what's going on. All we know is that Shang Tsung's involved again, and Liu Kang reset his universe, but for some reason has still brought back a bunch of people he doesn't like, so... It's hard to say. Of course, that's the stuff I'm interested in, and I do trust NetherRealm to actively tell a compelling, in some capacity, story, since they're very good at that at the best of times. I think that's kind of their strength, but we'll have to see how that actually goes, you know? Need someone to fight, he'd get bored. The thing is, though, he seems to imply that he built this utopia to either to not involve this. I don't actively know. You know what? We're gonna go Kenshi. Seems like everyone's using the horrible, horrible Kano, but...
My ancestors say they've tangled with yours.
Has it occurred to you to ask them why?
Don't know why that last bit wasn't subtitled, but I'm just going to assume, you know... Oh, it does not like his intro. His intro is buggy. Ow, ow, ow. Ooh. And I finally block low, and he does that. That's cheeky. Interesting. Those are not the unwakeable, they're not the unblockable wake-ups they used to be.
Round 2, fight.
Ooh. Oh, fair enough. Off. Yep. Alright, let's see how that works, if that works better. Kano ball.
Finish him.
So I gotta say this about the system so far. It seems interesting. We were all kind of confused as to what cameo fighters would be, and they added interesting wrinkles since they are a new focus of the game. Ooh, there we go. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, jeez. Oh, the corner pressure. Oh, I'm just getting beaten. Getting all my karma out here, so when I do go back to Street Fighter 6, I'll be fine.
Round 2.
That's how I'm choosing to look at it. Oh. There has to be a way to get out of this pressure.
Finish him.
I can't find it, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Sub-Zero wins.
I mean, I'll play again. This is how I learn. This is how I learn. I get my ass beaten, but I learn.
Fight.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Oh, Jesus.
You are pathetic and weak.
Round 2.
You don't have to be so mean about it. You actually don't have a lot of invincibility on moves or anything like that. It's kind of strange. Wait, why was I Stuck there. I couldn't move. Oh, it's because I was stuck in that shit. Ah.
Finish him. Sub-Zero wins.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to the menu on that one. The guy beat me. The guy, yeah. Oh, what I wouldn't give for like, because I kind of want to change buttons around. I can't even do that because there's elements of these games of these buttons that are not making sense to me. So we're gonna do this real quick. We're going here real quick. We're gonna try out this. I need to see how his moves work. So I'm also not familiar with Kenshi. And we'll use the single player tower mode that exists
Fight.
to kind of look at his move set and just what we're supposed to do with him. Cameo moves, eye laser, throws, heart ripper. Oh, he does still have that. Okay. I wish it came with notes because like, okay, combo breaker. When they're doing a combo, I guess I do that as I'm being hit. Then, bop bop bop, bop bop bop. Those are all in the air. Sento aerial attacks. Is he a stance character? He is a stance character. Oh, God. So how do I get out of that stance then? Okay, hang on. Disable spirit action. How do I go back to my other stance? My regular stance. Do I just... Is it... Just hold on one? Oh, I see. I can charge that up. Keep that nice and safe. Okay, so I kind of have an aim with that now. All right. Interesting.
I can see your fear.
Round 2. Fight.
And that's the other thing, too. Obviously, there's going to be a learning curve with the timing and how this works, because you can't just do it at every time, despite the fact that I feel like you can. Ow, ow. Okay, that is how you do it. Takes all the meter, though. Come on, hit me. Hit me! Hit me! Not with that. I'm not letting you do that. Okay, so he has a second stance. I just have to be sure not to get into, and I should be pretty fine. I should be able to hopefully work that out. But yeah, like I'm liking what I see so far. It still has obviously it still feels really polished considering where it is right now. But it declined. Okay. We're not totally there yet, I think, but obviously we still got time to go, so I do kind of wish at this stage of the game though they'd have more characters showcased, because oh, hey there, Spock. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you enjoying your Friday. It's nice. Well, it's not sunny out, unfortunately, but nice to be able to sit and relax and vibe and play some Mortal Kombat 1. Got into the beta, so we're just kind of giving that a go.
Kenshi, Liu Kang, Sonya Blade, Kane Mansion.
Sento is even more powerful than you know.
What else can it do, Liu Kang?
Yeah, for some reason his subtitles are not working. I don't know why.
Fight.
Oh. Oof. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, like, that kind of shit's cool. Oof, Jesus, quick fireball. Oh yeah, it's not sunny, it's nighttime. Well, it's kind of gray here. It's not so much sun or dark. It's just, it's gray. Oof. Uh-huh. Oof. Ah! That's not even like that's not even like an EX move. That's just his hit. That's nutty. Oh. Yeah, damn.
Finish him.
You're pretty good. I'm better at other fighting games than I am at Mortal Kombat. And just seeing what other people are able to do right now, like, I am okay. But in fairness, like I mentioned before, I primarily play Mortal Kombat stuff to... Okay, didn't want to play another one. I primarily play Mortal Kombat stuff just to appreciate the story mode and to play the dumb single-player stuff. Because I enjoy the dumb single-player stuff. It's like, I'm okay, but I'm not great. And that's fine. Like I don't think you have to be amazing at every fighting game or anything like that. And Mortal Kombat is a weird one where it's like your learned experience doesn't really... Aww. Champ, thank you very much for the bits. Very much appreciated. Thank you.
Jax, Sonya Blade, Cage Mansion.
My ancestors say they've tangled with yours.
Has it occurred to you to ask them why?
Yeah, apparently, whoever speaks second does not have subtitles there. I don't know why.
Round one, fight.
Ow, ow, ow. Oh, that's cool how that works. Oh. Ow. Get him! Ooh. I think I'm jumping over this, so I should be good. Oh, just barely.
I use all my senses.
Round two.
Except the one I don't have. Oh. Oh, damn, so close. Well, I got that one. I'm Kenshi. I'm on the right. But it was very close, though. Oh, that affects both people regardless. Okay. Oh. Yep, that wasn't. But the cameo system actually reminds me of PS1 version of Capcom, and that version that didn't trade traditional character too. Yeah.
Final round. Fight.
Pretty sure you were Kenshi last game too. Yeah, I was. I didn't do terribly great. Ow, ow. Ow. Oof. Oh, there's this TV up there. Oh, that's unfortunate for you. Ugh.
Finish him.
You know of it. I do. I'm not very good at the Marvel vs. Capcom games either, in fairness. But I also do play them for basically the same reason I play Mortal Kombat. It's like, they're fun. I like playing fighting games. Just Street Fighter's always been the only one I've really taken. Can't you last time? Guess just didn't know, so that's fair. Oh, ow. Whoop. He's got the dumb throw. I love it. Huh. Oof. Ow. Ow. If there's a way you can do it.
Ice will cover this land.
Like, there's clearly a way you could use your assist in combos, but I'm not. Like, the button, the timing's not making sense to me. That's the kind of thing, though, you just get better with in practice, because it's, like, not... Ow, come on. Ugh. Ah. I do love the jacks are like that, though.
Sub-Zero wins.
What was that? Sorry, I heard something move in the background there. Best part of it, too, is just finding a character to jive with in Mortal Kombat is also something I struggle with. Jax be like, nice day for a jog. Yeah, it's the other thing, too. Like, why are the cameo characters like that? Like, why are they... It's not me. I didn't think it was you, Crimson Jay. Should I have reason to think it was you?
Liu Kang. Jax.
Let's try this again, but I want to switch to a Liu Kang. Let's try Liu Kang out. Let's try the God Boy, Liu Kang. Maybe. Oh.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see. Oh, that was a cool effect. Caught me mid-teleport. Okay, is that just how his stuff works? Just... Yep, okay, that's just a fireball into a follow-up? Jesus. Yeah, Kano's Liu Kang's kind of mean. Kind of mean though.
Check this timeline.
Round 2, fight.
Back is always a throw. I have to remember that. So. Oof. Okay.
Finish him.
Let's just see this. I think I know what it is. Yeah, it's the Embiggen and Squish.
Fatality. Liu Kang.
This is why I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, Mortal Kombat. It's dumb. I love it though. Liu Kang be looking good. In fairness, Liu Kang has always been that character that's had a lot of like very simple setup stuff. I wonder if you have like a teleport. It's out of morbid curiosity. Dragon Tail, Dancing Dragon, Dragon's Breath, Mock of the Creator. No, he seems to have a basic move that just lets him teleport, kind of. Ow. Oh, that's my uppercut. Okay. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm feeling a little more confident with Liu Kang than I have with anyone else so far, so. Because, okay, my go-to character in Mortal Kombat has always been Sub-Zero. He's always kind of been my guy. But it's looking like Liu Kang might be closer to what I actually am used to playing. It is kind of where Liu Kang tends to be up. He's the central character. Yeah, he's the OG hero character, the Ryu of Street Fighter, or the Ryu of Mortal Kombat. Nothing wrong with it. I am player 2.
Liu Kang, Sonya Blade.
Nope.
Sonya Blade,
Mirror match.
the Tea House.
Does Onaga exist in your timeline? Exist in it. He rules it.
Onaga reference. Okay. My favorite is Sugi Juggy Kusuke necessary. Yeah, I do have vague memories of seeing that.
Round 1, fight.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. No. No. Bihan still.
Fight.
Based on what he said, I can kind of see him being like sort of like an anti-hero thing. I can actually kind of see him. Oh, I taunted by mistake. I did not intend to do that. Oh, it's this one. Ow. No. That's fair. Oh, it's kicking the teeth. Thing, let me know if there's anything you think about my like.
Fight.
I will definitely keep you in the loop for the game. HH. Yeah, you have a good one. Enjoy what it is you're off to do. Hopefully, whatever it is, you get to have a good vibe off it. You get to enjoy your time. Bop, bop.
Finish him.
There it is. Is this going to be what I think it is? Yeah, it is. The one from the trailer. Oh.
Fatality. Liu Kang wins.
Anybody else remember that article where, like, NetherRealm Studios developers were reporting having, like, PTSD and shit from all the stuff they had to do to research and build, fatalities and make them look good? Me neither. Yep. It's interesting how I don't have a problem with it here, but I had a problem with it in The Last of Us in particular, where I don't inherently have a problem with the violence in this game. I feel like maybe I should, but I don't. Because here's the thing. I never played The Last of Us Part 2. Mostly because I think 1 was that good, it doesn't... You just leave it alone. But, I also just... whenever I saw the sequel, every time I saw anything about the sequel... It was just like, this is just too violent for me. This is not what I wanted. Like, I get that it's like a zombie apocalypse story. Those are not commonly like soft boy stories. You know what I mean? That they're usually pretty violent and bloody. But this just seemed like unnecessarily cruel and violent. And I was just like, this is not what I wanted from this series. Like, far be it for me to say what series have to be for their creators. Like, don't get me wrong. If you want to build a game like that, power to you. You build a game like that. But it's just like... Oof. Oh, this one's actually going to hit. Oh, no. Right, because the fatal blows are basically made of glass. You can easily interrupt them with like a basic kick. Yep.
Finish him.
So I find it interesting that Last of Us 2 is just like... Maybe it's because it was real people, like, who I consider, like, how do we rephrase that? More realistic people. Whereas Mortal Kombat is a fighting game that involves, you know, giant forearm people and bug ladies and Quan Chi and whatever Moloch is, you know? And, like, that's not me trying to downplay, like, the issues the NetherRealm studio, like, the NetherRealm staff had with 11, like, the notion of PTSD and all that jazz. Like, I'm not trying to downplay that or saying they were wrong for feeling that. Just, I find it fascinating that I have no problem with the violence here, but, like, The Last of Us Part 2 was one I was just like, we don't really need that much violence, do we? Now, I do see you say something. You said something earlier, Chip. Chip, I'll read it in just a second. I'm trying to do my move here. What is that move while I'm getting my... it's probably back forth. Nah, I'm doing it down back. Okay. King of Violence. The game is Flying Gods, Ice Ninjas. This game is silly for giggles with violence. The Last of Us' whole goal is to be realistic and cruel with its violence. I think it's got a lot to do with it. But you wrote MK1 instead of MK level. That's the name of this game, though. It's MK1. I do kind of like that exploding heart throw he's got. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. This is, in fact, Mortal Kombat 1, not 11. This is a game that pissed me off because it was wearing, you'll sleeve and make a goal to make me feel bad. Cannot force it. Okay, so I'm getting ripped apart here. I'm going to read that. It's a remake or something. It's a reboot, is the way I would choose to describe it. I'm going to go to main menu for a second here so I can kind of talk with you guys and read what was written because I need a second. I'm not going to get to that if I stay online. Let's see here. It's being violence. It's for this. Yeah, okay. Also more cartoon, at least in overtop 80s sort of way. The difference between Commando and Rambo First Blood. Last of Us Part 2 is a game that pissed me because it was wearing on sleeves and make gold made me feel bad. Kind of force feelings on the player. I think you can force feelings on a player, or force wouldn't be the correct word I would use for it, but it's the kind of thing where I think you can clearly guide your player through experience, much like you would with a movie or anything else. You give them the narrative and the experience that you expect from them. You can sort of guide them. You can't force it, so if something doesn't land, it doesn't land, but it is your job as a video game, I think, like with any other piece of media, to kind of guide you into what you will be doing. So, yes, for The Last of Us, I felt that... I think I had the same problem with The Walking Dead. After a while, it was just cruel for cruelty's sake, and I don't enjoy that narrative, so that could have something to do with it. And again, this is not me downplaying, Last of Us Part 2. If you liked it, you liked it. I'm not going to tell you it's bad, because I don't believe that. It's just I find that's the notion for it. It's like a remake or something. The long story short there for Spock is that this is the second reboot Mortal Kombat has done, where Liu Kang has been given Raiden's power, so he's the fire god. He used it to defeat Shang Tsung, who was trying to steal the time god's power to rewrite everything, and Liu Kang wins, as he does, and he decided to recreate the universe using that time thing in his own sort of positive thing, and that brings us to Mortal Kombat 1. So it's effectively a reboot, but it's the second reboot, so I don't particularly know, and there's weird story stuff going on that I can't get into because there's no answer for it, but... For The Walking Dead, a lot of zombie media, the characters aren't fighting zombies, they're fighting the author. That's a good way to put that, I think. Yeah, as mentioned, I will not know anything about the series department. It's not a dumb question, Spock. No question's a dumb question. At least I don't think so. Unless you're purposely going out of your way to ask a dumb question, but I don't think you were there, so that's what I mean. But yeah, so something like The Last of Us, it just felt like it was being gory to a fault, because that was just kind of what was expected, whereas, Mortal Kombat is very cartoony, and violence was always kind of its draw, for better or worse. So when I look at like The Last of Us 2, I find it fascinating for me as a player that I was turned away from The Last of Us Part 2 partly because of, I think, The Last of Us Part 1 is so good that you don't need to touch anything afterwards. That's my opinion. That's why they just keep remaking it. The person who plays these games, the questions may seem obvious. That's fine. I get that, and I understand what you're saying there. My point is, I won't judge you for asking a question here, because as far as I'm concerned, there's no dumb questions. Especially as you admitted, you don't know the series, and I can kind of fill in the gaps. That's what I like to do. I like to answer those questions. Not everyone does, but I do. But, yeah. And you see the violence and stuff in this game, in particular, going back to my point, that, yeah, this game is unnecessarily gory at the best of times. Like, Mortal Kombat's always had a case of ramp up when it came to a gore, and ever since we went to the... I would say since we came off of 9, when we went to Mortal Kombat X, where the gameplay looked way more real. I'd argue that the gore and the violence from that has kind of escalated in a way that doesn't feel totally sustainable. Because everything up to 9 was just goofy cartooniness, because that's just the style at the time. But let's see what that thought by a cutscene. Another part of the story shows saying, "No, sweetheart, the game was obviously like, look at you, you killed the dog, you monster." I was never given a choice. Game didn't earn the right to play the high road. I have heard that game has narrative problems. That's something I've always been eyeballing a play, but we'll see. I haven't replayed The Last of Us Part 1 for basically the same reason. I just feel it was that good that I don't want to re-experience it, because re-experiencing it might ruin it for me. So I think the thing with a game like this is that it's weird that it's okay for it to be as graphically violent as it is when you look at the other side and it's like, oh, it's not that violent. So, hey there, Errol, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. I was just taking a moment here in between getting my ass whooped to chat with my chat regarding some story stuff or how we feel about violence, because we're playing Mortal Kombat 1 today. And yeah, I do think it is unnecessarily gory, but yeah, it's weird that it's okay here is what I get at. But how you doing, Errol? Hope you're enjoying your Friday. Hope you've been having a fantastic day so far. And I hope your Friday going into your weekend is nice and chill. Violence is pretty freaking sweet, bro. I think in the context of like a martial arts sensibility of it, it feels more like expected than as opposed to say The Last of Us, which is, I don't know, it's weird. Because, you know, I just, I don't know, just something about these two games. One makes it like okay and one doesn't. But yeah, like for the purposes, for the point of it, I was getting at those is that I do hope that if the same situation happened again this time around with NetherRealm, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, I do hope that they are getting their staff the support they need in order to make this stuff, to get like the mental health support that the developers need in order to take care of that issue. Because getting PTSD from working on a video game and not having it to do with any of the normal reasons people would have very negative reactions to the game development like lifestyle, because there's tons of shit that should not be okay in game development, in my opinion. There's that meme image of Sonic saying, I want games that are shorter and they don't look as good and they cost less as long as the employees take care of. And no, I'm not kidding. But just in general, like this in particular, the fact they're getting PTSD from developing like the gore stuff for fatalities in the last game, and I imagine this game too, I hope they're being taken care of. You know? It just is separate from that. Like I've heard they are, but who knows if they're actually being taken care of. Game development should not have casualties. Exactly, it shouldn't. Like, it should never be a situation where you're expected to work like 60, 70-hour weeks. You can't just throw more people at the problem to make it better. Ask anybody who got saddled with a game that just wasn't ready to come out when it did. Anyway, that's my take on a very serious topic here that I just had pop into my brain. ADHD, you know, sometimes it just does that where you're having an unrelated conversation. Suddenly this comes to the foreground because of what you're watching or what you're doing. Who wants to see me get bodied again online, though? I think we can go back to it. If it's okay, I think we need to discuss this. I think it does need to be discussed in some capacity, yes. I know that they gathered that no people were injured during the making, based on what you're saying. Now, again, I should specify that that story I heard from Mortal Kombat 11's development, the last game. I don't know if it's the same for this, though, given how Mortal Kombat 1, the gore is even higher than it was in 11, I would not be surprised if the same thing happened to some folks. And I can only hope that the folks who do have those problems from the game development are being taken care of. Like, I have not heard a report that says it's what it is or anything like that. I just know what happened previously, and given how, with the 3D games, the violence escalates even further with fatalities, I would not be surprised. And, like, yes, there are some goofy ones, but there's also some very horrific ones that I'm just like, And given the nature of what we have heard about, like, DLC characters, potentially, and I won't discuss them too far because they are leaks. You might not be interested in spoilers or anything like that. We'll see. Like, it should be interesting to see. Giant corporations don't really care about this stuff. I know giant corporations don't, but I have to hope that Ed Boon, who's relatively in charge of his company, yes, they're owned by WB, but NetherRealm Studios is kind of Ed Boon's baby. He's still there. He still runs it as far as I know. Hopefully he is using whatever power he can to make sure those folks are being taken care of. I hope, anyway. Other development like Anthem or Destiny could be burning on employees to the point they can only be considered casualties. That is, unfortunately, the more common thing when it comes to game development is people are burnt out of game development just by the sheer amount of hours that's expected of them, the work they're expected to do, the crunch it's supposed to be, the fact that many of them are not paid appropriately for that overtime. Just the horror stories you hear out of game development for stuff like that, and you just these kind of things sneak out and they don't get talked about in gaming journalism and media, which is its own separate problem. Or there are folks out there who hear that kind of stuff and they're just like, oh yeah, well that I want these people to work themselves to death for my entertainment. I'm just like, dude, calm down. That's not cool. That should never be acceptable for folks to completely burn themselves out doing, like, there's nothing worse than following your career passion into doing something and then seeing the outcome of it and be like, chasing my dream killed me, you know? And companies do only see it like it's collateral. That's true. It's unfortunate that it's true. But like I said, that's just... I've not heard that story. I'm not going to say that's the story that's going on. This is just me saying, I heard about this from 11. I hope if it's happening again, let's hope they're taking care of it. And yeah, the Anthem... Everything going on at BioWare right now is very disappointing. Or L.A. Noire story. Yeah, L.A. Noire story is a relatively famous version of people getting overworked by a sociopath.
Sonya Blade. Jax. The Tea House.
Earthrealm isn't yours to rule.
Nor has it ever been, Bihan.
Well, they have confirmed then that this is Bihan. The first Sub-Zero? Was Bihan the first Sub-Zero? I think so.
Round one. Fight.
The one who becomes Noob Saibot. Oof. Ooh, my ankles. The asshole Sub-Zero. Wait, there's multiple Sub-Zeros? So what happens in the original timeline is that the first Mortal Kombat game, the character of Sub-Zero is played by, I believe it's Bihan, is his actual name. Sub-Zero is like a rank in this ninja clan he's a part of, the Lin Kuei. He gets murdered, and he ends up becoming the shadow assassin known as Noob Saibot, which has his own kind of complicated joke history, but that became very serious. Anyway, not the point. So he dies in the very first game, Mortal Kombat, but they're like, we need to keep, obviously, a Sub-Zero around, because he's kind of a... We like our colored ninjas. Oh, I was guarding too long, and he threw me. It makes sense.
Finish him.
I think the first was Deception Sub-Zero. No, because Noob Saibot is the like essence of Bihan. So basically, it's after the first game that when Noob Saibot starts showing up, that the new Sub-Zero is his younger brother who's trying to find out, stroke take revenge for his brother's death, and he becomes the Sub-Zero that most people know because he's been around longer.
Round one. Fight.
Wait, Noob Saibot? Yes, Noob Saibot. That is the character's name. Which, if you have... Which is a fun nod to the creators of the Mortal Kombat series, Ed Boon and John Tobias. It is their names in reverse.
I will freeze your soul.
Round two. Fight.
So the fact that Mortal Kombat has a character called Noob is actually technically a complete coincidence. I even wrote it right. You did. You did, in fact, write it right. Oh, no. Oh, I can't block. It's got chip. I said that as a joke. It is actually the very true story. Like there's a history I can go into as to why that character's called that and what is, why he was made. Spoiler alert: it was Ed Boon playing a prank on John Tobias. I don't actually know who the Toasty guy is. I know you can look that up, but I don't know who it is. It's new to me too, but in MK11 there was an intro with Sub-Zero Noob. He ratioed our entire clad Noob and stopped using my name. The name was Grandfather's First. Yep, that's the thing, basically. We'll take a second there. I need a drink, actually. I need to have some of this water here, because I haven't had a drink in a little bit. I'm thirsty. Yeah, technically there are two Sub-Zeros. Or there were... So it looks like we're going back to the original Sub-Zero that was kind of a dick. Toasty guy. In Mortal Kombat 2, sometimes when you did an uppercut on a dude, there'd be a dude that would pop in the bottom of the screen. He'd go, Toasty! And then he would go away. You could use that moment to enter like some sort of code, if I remember correctly, to do like a secret fight in the arcade mode, I think. But it's just... See, here's the thing with Mortal Kombat. A lot of the stuff, like this, Reptile, Ermac, Noob Sabat, the Toasty stuff, the fatalities, as we talked about, the animalities they eventually added, all this stuff works really well in an era where... It's how you got to fight Reptile in 2, yes. Pretty sure. That sounds right. But it all exists from an era where, because we didn't have the internet, this is all stuff you heard of word of mouth. Like... No, Noob? Now I'm confused. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but this is the point I'm getting at, is that this stuff only really works and exists. Dan Forden, sound engineer, did Toasty, okay. But all this stuff only really works because in the era where we didn't, it was all playground mystery and rumor. You heard these things like, oh, this cool kid that you knew was able to fight this secret green ninja in the first Mortal Kombat game, and no one could believe him, and he could never prove it again. Or some dude who is like some teenager who works at the arcade part-time saw that there's like reference to a character called Ermac in like when you boot up Mortal Kombat 1, which of course means something completely else, but your kid brain's like, what's Ermac? And he ended up becoming a ninja because of that. Like, that all exists in an era before the internet. You can't really get that back, unfortunately. But that's where a lot of these like character origins kind of come from. It spins off from, this is something the audience kind of thought up. Ermac and a bunch of stuff for actual glitches that become canon. Yeah, so Ermac is something that's showcased in the boot up code for Mortal Kombat 1 that you boot up an arcade machine. For those who don't know, I'll sum it up real quick. Now, when you boot up the arcade machine, the arcade board, it will actually also show you how many times people have also fought Reptile. So the people who would see this would see Reptile on there. That's like, oh, like 7 people have fought Reptile. But they would see Error Macro and they would think, well, who's Ermac? Now, Ermac, as I kind of spoiled there just now, actually stands for Error Macro. It's a common arcade code that just basically points out, hey, while this is booted or while this is playing, some sort of error occurred that we registered. But that became such a popular, like, urban legend that Ermac was a secret ninja that nobody ever fought, that Mortal Kombat staff eventually put him in. And he's another he's another ninja, so it's actually really easy for them to slot him in, because it's like, oh shit, well, we have this red costume version of a ninja, let's put him in for shits and giggles. And it's only through time that like Ermac and Reptile and all them started changing away from just being a color copy of Scorpion or Sub-Zero. But Yeah, eventually Ermac became like a living embodiment of souls. Like he's like almost like a golem that was like powered with a bunch of different souls. He became like a sorcerer almost in his own right, but he started as a ninja, so that's how people know him. We are Ermac. Yeah, he's we are Legion kind of thing. But all that stuff and all like the references they're doing here, all this goofy shit, it only really works in an era before the internet. Like you unfortunately couldn't do it now. And I do think something is lost in that regard. A wizard ninja, hell yes. Yeah, he eventually becomes a ninja wizard. I mean, they also occasionally have dumb shit like, oh yeah, here's this purple ninja. We call him, you know, Rain because we thought it was funny to have a ninja that's in purple that is like named Rain, and it's like, it's a Prince reference.
Liu Kang. Sub-Zero.
I mean, they eventually like fleshed out his story, but Taser face. Prince? Who's that? Okay.
Kano.
That is a like a pop. I almost call it pop, like a rock artist from the from like the 70s and the 80s through the 90s, 70s through 90s, I think. He is the gentleman who famously changed his name from Prince to the artist formerly known as Prince. And his thing was just an unpronounceable symbol he used for a long time. He was just a cool music act people liked in the 80s and 90s. Apparently a bit of a weirdo, but you know, I argue anybody who's got that much money is probably a little bit weird. Oh, he jumped.
Mine is the greater will.
Round 2. Fight.
But yeah, there's a ton of stuff that's just in these games because it's just like somebody thought it was funny. Like, so Noob Saibot's origin story is equally silly. So Mortal Kombat 2 had Ermac, but it had another hidden character in the game called Smoke, which is just a gray ninja with like smoke powers, basically. The interesting thing, though, however, is that Smoke, I believe it was Smoke, was made without John Tobias's knowledge. Ed Boon just kind of took a bunch of developers and just made it by himself. And he snuck it into the game's code, and, you know, Tobias wasn't okay with it, and he was just like, don't do it again. So Ed Boon's like, I won't, and then proceeds to do the exact same thing with another character, but this time he takes it and names it Noob Saibot. Back to 15 MK, so work at GameStop. Okay, I almost went dark humor mode.
Liu Kang wins.
Yeah, he passed away, I want to say, in 2015, 2016, I think. That's really weird. When I used to Ermac to get calls like, welcome to your, how can I help you? Oh, let me look that up for you. Okay, that's cute. Oh, blocking low. And I see there's more stuff in the chat there. I will read it in just a moment. Oh. No, I was doing a move.
will cover this land.
Round 2. Fight.
But he did write Purple Rain, When Doves Cry, and Little Red Corvette. See, I always know Prince is the guy who wrote the song that the Joker dances to in the first Batman movie when he's, like, attacking the art museum, and the guy who did basically the Batman theme song for the time. That's how I first was introduced to him, because my parents listened to a lot of country. They weren't listening to Prince. But yeah, he's got good stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying his stuff is bad. I'm just saying it's one of those things where it's just like it's a sign of the times. Was it 2016? But yeah, no, hand to God. He was tapped for whatever reason to do the theme song for Batman, and he did. I think it's called Bat Dance or some dumb shit like that. That's my heart. I need that, please. Please put it back. Do it. Take a bite out of it. I mean, as long as... yeah, go ahead, Spock. I think, you know... If it turns out to be too much, then we'll say so, and I'll be like, okay, well, it's a good thing you didn't actually say it. You were going to say it, but then you're just like, oh, he passed away? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, this guy's... Whoa! A launcher combo. What is this, Marvel? Hit me with the Marvel moves, bro? It's why the rich people are kind of weird thing. Oh, it involves a submarine. I'm of two minds about the submarine. And I'll get into my thoughts on that in just a second here. I'm just trying to think of how the best way to put this. Ugh. It's called Sign of the Times. Batman. Okay, I'm gonna take a second here because I'm gonna need more water. And I want to briefly talk about this thing. We saw that when those paid more than 100% people earn a year to get the full Titanic experience. Yeah, so here's my thought process on the whole submarine thing. On the one hand, it gets complicated. Camper World is not a place you go for submarine parts. Also that. See, here's the thing. I do think it's tragic that people died. Like, I don't want to make fun of their deaths. But at the same time, these are billionaires who, instead of paying for the experience legitimately, like they could have done, they could have gotten... There are services you can get. There are people you could talk to get a proper exploratory experience. That's how James Cameron does a lot of that stuff. He is a certified diver. He's really into that oceanography stuff. They went for the cheapest option possible, which I think, when it was like to establish how much they paid for it, would be the equivalent of you buying like an iced coffee. Like, just how throwaway it is to them. Like, they could have spent more, but they chose to be really cheap. And when you're in a very dangerous environment like that, you should not be cheap. Did they get what was coming to them because of that? I don't want to say that, but... On the one hand, I feel bad for it, but on the other hand, I don't, because they were basically asking for it. And at the very least, their passing, as far as we know right now, was basically instantaneous. 250K is the cheapest option? Yeah. Well, when you're a billionaire, $250,000 is like... It'd be the equivalent of, like I said, you earning like $200. I don't remember what the math was on it, but I've seen the math broken down where it's like... It's the equivalent of you like buying like an iced coffee or something like that. Like comparatively the amount it costs to how much you have. And the other thing that's worth noting is, unfortunately, this is the part that I'm bothered by, and I have no problem saying it. The only reason that the media paid attention to it the way they did was because A, it involved the Titanic, which, you know, tragedy begets tragedy, and because they were a bunch of rich people. Meanwhile, what was it, like 1,000 some odd people had like boating issues like at approximately the same time, and nobody gave a shit? Like a bunch of migrants trying to get away from like a horrible situation. Well, I can give you a big bag of rock. It'll get you there. Yeah. Like I told Nora, I want to feel worse than I do, but it was so stupid, like an impasse, but I get the joking. Yeah. Personally, my issue with it is not that, it's not even inherently that they passed. It's more that the only reason we paid any attention to it for like the week we did, or like the 3 or 4 days, is because that's what the media chose to focus on, as opposed to all the other bits of horrible suffering that are happening to poor people. That upset me. And I don't like saying that, because that it sounds like I'm downplaying death, and I don't want to do that, because, you know, at the end of the day, these are still people. But and the more we learn about the situation those billionaires willingly put themselves in because they were trying to be as cheap as possible. Like, there's like, I don't know how true, like, one of the images I've seen recently, and I don't know how true it is, but like basically showed that I've said it, I can't verify that it's true. I'm not going to repeat what I saw there, but the more we find out about the situation with the divers and just how rinky-dink the whole subs thing was, like, first off, it's amazing that this hadn't happened before, and second, it's like, the more we learn about it, the more rinky-dink the situation feels, and the worse I feel for these people who can actually afford this experience to do it the right way, simply chose not to. It's an error while matchmaking. Okay. But yeah, like that's the thing to me on that. Like, I'm not inherently saying that you know, I will not celebrate that. There's only, if I could be very personal for a second, there is exactly one person's death I would celebrate, and that's not any of these people. So
Wei Liang says I shouldn't trust the Black Dragon. In this, as in all timelines, they are scoundrels.
There's a sub was controlled by Logitech controller. Yeah, that's how it got into everyone's like, oh, that's laggy. I haven't seen it be this laggy yet. This is the first bad matchup I've seen for that.
Round 1, fight.
I just want to be over with the media. Well, now that, you know, things have happened the way they have, it will unfortunately go away sooner rather than later. Okay, so that's how you use that mode. But such is the nature of, like, events like this, when people pass, like, The amount of, like, breathing room that people have for things like that, especially considering it's a, Oof. Yeah, up to late already. I gotta go sleep. Alright, Spock, you have yourself a good night. I hope to see you around next time, and I hope you had yourself some fun, despite the fact we talked about some serious shit. And I hope you have yourself a good evening. Enjoy your weekend.
Protect this timeline.
Final round.
Okay, I thought I heard someone. Okay, yeah, so some folks are just not turning off the microphone of their controller, and it's automatically on, which is always my favorite. I think it's down. No, it's not even that. Okay, what is that button then?
Finish him.
We should be so open about it. I do apologize for getting a bit serious with the convo. It happens. Like, unfortunately, sometimes things that are... Like, I try to keep things low-key and casual in here, and there are things I would not talk about. And rocket power by steam to prove the earth was flat. I always think of the dude who spent his life building a suit to fight bears.
Round one. Fight.
Ooh. Ow. Ah, it's wrong direction with her. I can never get that right. Yeah, Bearsuit guy, I miss his shenanigans.
Round two. Fight.
Like, there are some folks out there who I applaud their tenacity, but sometimes you gotta know when to quit. Ow. I have fireballs too, buddy. Let's go ahead. Ow. Did hit. Many times tech he needed didn't exist back then.
Finish him.
I don't think y'all can hear him, but I can hear the other player being kind of... The Vigil, the Grizzly Man. I think it's the same guy, the bear fight guy, as the Grizzly Man. Oh. Seeing a bunch of messages pop up in my Discord. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, nothing urgent. That's the important part. I was concerned I was missing something urgent. What did the other guy say? Need me to take care of him? No, that's fine. This is the kind of thing where I wish that we had a like. This is the problem I have with the modern generation of gaming, in particular for the PS5. I don't know how it is on the Xbox side of things, but it's got a built-in microphone so that people can hear what you're saying if you don't have it muted, and it's turned on by default. So it's like how a lot of games have like in-game communication turned on by default. So I have it turned off on my side, so you can't hear the microphone. The microphone is off. I have it muted. But you can still hear people through the microphone, and because it's focusing through the controller, that's what I'm hearing. Like, I can hear it through the controller. You guys probably aren't getting that picked up because it's not loud enough, but... That didn't want to play. Okay, I guess our ping was too much. I don't get why. We were both we were both plugged in. Let's see. Better execution. Yeah, like, I've never liked the through the controller thing, and I wish more games gave me the option to turn it off. Like, that's all. Like, it could kind of be cool sometimes for, like, immersion, but even then, it's kind of like how the PS5 controller has very, like, reactive triggers in the L2 and R2. There's some shit on my controller, goddamn. Like, those are cool in theory, but after a while I just got kind of annoyed with them, so I turned them off. I'm talking like very specific like trigger things, like, oh, you gotta do like a half click. The only reason we don't have power armor right now is battery power to weight ratio, making it infeasible. Alex, I feel that you and Crimson Jake could go back and forth on this one for a little while about power suits and like weapons tech, stuff like that. I feel you two would get along great. Anyway, well, we'll give this guy a second, and if he's not actually there, then we'll decline and we'll go find someone else to fight. But I figure we should give him a minute, be polite, you know. Ah. Itchy, itchy, my hand. Itchy tasty. Yeah, it's one of those things. Okay, he's clearly not there, so we'll decline and we'll continue matchmaking. It's just kind of one of those things where it's kind of just what I think of, you know. Striker. Oh yeah, Striker is one of the I don't know why you would decline an opponent considering there's no win-loss records if I'm connected like by a physical cable, which it shows. I don't get that, but whatever. Mortal Kush. I wonder if this guy likes Mortal Kombat and the marijuana. I can see my name on the top there. I shouldn't pay attention to that.
Sub-Zero. Jax. Kano. The Tea House.
Earthrealm isn't yours to rule.
Nor has it ever been, Pihan.
I do kind of like the idea of that, just from a design perspective. Like, oh, we have to put a loading screen here. Let's mask it with an interaction. Oof. Oh, that's an overhead at the end there. Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
Oof. I have to remember that I gotta block low on that. Oof. Oh, just put in a corner and crushed.
Sub-Zero wins.
Oof.
Round
That happens though.
fight.
I'm hitting buttons. Just stop doing that. Oof.
Cold consumes you.
Round 2. Fight.
He comes in so fast. I can't even get like my ground fireball out. He's too quick. Oh. Oh. Just put me in a corner and crushed me. This guy knows what he's doing.
Sub-Zero wins.
But I'll keep playing him if he wants to keep playing.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh. Off. Jeez, this guy just puts me in the corner and he just locks me there.
Round 2. Fight.
Oof. Yeah, I can't do nothing against this guy. I hit him, so it's not a perfect. I did not get skunked. Ooh, break your back, make you humble. That's picking me out of the air too? God damn. It's so quick, it's so quick.
Sub-Zero wins.
You did your best. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Like I said, this is if win-loss matter, they'd keep count of it, but it doesn't because we're just here to make sure the network works. Outside of one game disconnecting and one kind of laggy game, I've not had any problems with the online. It actually seems to run pretty fine. Oop. Oh, I caught you. Oh, he finally got the throw. Ooh, weird mix-up there.
I will freeze your soul.
Round 2.
I am sad no crossplay day one. I think for the benefits of... I don't know that there's not actually any crossplays now that I say that out loud. Like, I know there was no PC version because I guess they saw what kept happening to Capcom with their stuff, so they're just like, no, we're not going to release it on PC. He's going to pull me with the throat.
Finish him.
Which is a shame. Well, given how this is like a stress test, they're being very specific to the network they're on, and the fact again the PC version thing is they don't want their stuff hacked and stolen like it kept happening to Capcom. Oh, so hi Leonard, I heard that your opponent's left the session. Well, he did beat my ass. Mortal Kombat 1 website. I want to see some for a second. I want to see what they say about crossplay. Developing to Mortal Kombat release September 19th. Early access, platform, PC available on Steam and Epic Store. Cost. Catered to be available with cameo fighters, type of modes. Internet connection is not required. Online multiplayer, stress test. Ways on the stress test. No, the test, okay, the test will not support crossplay, but in fairness, I don't think that's inherently a bad thing. Because the base game does have, like, crossplay, which it doesn't specifically say it will, but it sounds like they're asking that question. Given that they're because this is like we're testing the online capabilities and they're being very specific about who has access and who doesn't, I can kind of see that being the reason why they're just like, yeah, no, like they're only specifically testing it in like I think 4 of Mortal Kombat's bigger markets: North America, Latin America, Brazil, and Europe. Oh, that guy didn't want to play. Okay. This FAQ has changed since the last time I read it. This is access to game. Yeah, so it looks like, it sounds like at least the not specifically doesn't have it right now. The online stress test will not have it. Probably get to keep the testing environment as controlled as possible. Actually, it's Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat 1 cross-play. Okay, no, here it is. In official Q&A, WB Games did confirm there's crossplay in Mortal Kombat 1. However, there are 2 negatives. First, publisher mentioned to be coming after launch. Okay. And second, and most importantly, this fact was removed from the QA after initial publishing. Twitter user Wire64 screenshots of the previous day after the Q&A. We'll have this post, we'll see the official update. I do hope it ends up in there. I really do. I think it would be very disappointing if it is not in there eventually. But yeah, you know, it's a stress test now. We're doing it to make sure that the online play is working. So let's focus on that, and then we can do the crossplay stuff later. Because yeah, I was dubs. Okay, your Wi-Fi. You seem. The true enigma is the Switch version. Like how? It is an interesting question. How will this game run the Switch version?
Liu Kang. Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade.
What happened to your katana? An evil clown tricked me into taking her life.
Round
An evil clown. Damn you, Joker. Ooh. Oh, I went to throw you first, but I didn't get out. Joker.
Waiting for me to falter.
Round 2.
So because the huge amount of stuff with that, NetherRealms loves to mix up their stuff with like little in-jokes like that. Like I would imagine that's a reference to Joker in some capacity, but oh, my heart! Exploding heart. Oh, you tried to get out of that throw, it just didn't work for you.
I am the chosen one.
Final round. Fight.
The thing I'm looking at here, though, just from how the game's presentation is, like, it does look like it is just running on the same engine that Mortal Kombat 11 ran on. I don't have any proof of that. That's how it looks to me. It looks a lot like it's Mortal Kombat 11, but more. Nothing inherently wrong with that. NetherRealm's got a system in place. Might as well use it.
Finish him.
Hey, there's a happy Switchers could finally have the Arkham series. I was surprised they actually didn't have the Arkham series, but then I saw that they got the release. I'm just like, oh, cool. Hopefully their version of Arkham Knight works fully, because I remember I bought that for PC when it came out, and I eventually ended up getting a refund because, well, it was Arkham Knight on the PC. Oh, look at that sick combo! Damn! That's a cool fireball for the record.
Round 2. Fight.
Ah, okay, he baited me, and he got away with it. Not that. And the fact that picks up like it does. Damn. Move. There go my toes. I'm spitting fire. Yeah, but I assume that it will work probably pretty close to the same as the Mortal Kombat 11 did. Which, as I understand it, was not bad, but not great either, so... I don't know why I was stuck there for a second. That was weird. Ugh.
There is no reprieve coming.
Round 2.
No, this ass kicking will continue until morale improves. It is very much playable. Okay, if I've not played it, so I will take your word on that. Oh, I may have jinxed it. I may have jinxed it. I may have jinxed it. So that's a total of 3 errors so far. Oof. Oh well, that happens. Oh, let me get some water. I got some water here. I'm gonna drink some more water. But yeah, I don't actually know how this will play on the Switch. Like I said, if it's more of the same in Mortal Kombat 11, it'll probably be very similar to that. And it looks like it is from the outsider's perspective, but I'm not totally familiar with how things work under the hood. So... didn't look good, was able to experience the game. That's the most important part. That's true. Matches the amount of characters and effects on screen for MK1. I think some of that will be toned down for the Switch release, because it does look like things are very busy right now. I feel it would be... I have to hope it doesn't end up being a situation where it's like any of those other games you see from like Square, where half of them where it's like, oh, it's a cloud version or some nonsense like that. So... one can only hope that's not the case, basically. Screw Square for that one. I don't really think that's inherently... characters with 3 assist characters. So my roommate's chatting with me. Is it error? What care about matchmaking? Ugh. The cash game stood with. Yeah, they could have. As someone who has Tony the Tiger, as someone who has played all the Kingdom Hearts games, all of them except for maybe 3 could have definitely worked on the system, and even 3 you could probably scrunch down to work on the Switch if you really tried.
Sub-Zero. Liu Kang. Sonya Blade. Jax. The Tea House.
I wasn't aware of Shang Tsung's experiments.
Had you known, would your choice have been different?
Okay, Sub-Zero is sounding more and more evil every time I have this interaction. always blocking low because I'm expecting a low follow-up. No, up. Getting thrown. Oh, I keep getting crushed by that overhead. Oops, stab. Could have been a hassle, but still possible. I think 3's problem is that it was completely unoptimized, and like doing a port of that for the Switch would have just been a nightmare. More than a nightmare that Square or Disney was willing to pay for, depending on who paid for what there. I thought there was a fireball he threw. I guess it's not. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, got thrown. Means I'm dead.
Finish him.
But yeah, 3 you could have definitely squished down. None of the other ones could have too, so. I do feel it is kind of a slap in the face when they couldn't do it with 3, but then they turn around and do it with Nier Automata, whatever version name is, because I can't pronounce the full thing. That gets a proper console release for the Switch. Woohoo! Oh, I'm getting the crap kicked out of me. Yep, I wasn't even paying attention there. I looked away for a half second and died.
Round 2. Fight.
See, these are folks who understand how to use... They understand the assignment with the assist characters, and I would need to spend time in a lab figuring this out. Because this is basically Marvel shit that I don't fully jive with. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have started the counter for how many crashes we're gonna see. So that chat had a blast. Gonna get food somebody house for you. Oh, thank you, Oreo Chimp. You have yourself a good evening and enjoy your food. And I will talk to you later. Fun. We're probably not gonna go for too much longer. To be honest, there's only so much I can really I can only really do for a Mortal Kombat game. But we'll see how things go. I figure I got at least another half hour of me, assuming that we don't run into a whole bunch of technical trouble. And I don't really want to get too comfortable in anything else, despite the fact I have I do have other plans for things, like I'm working on setting up the ideas for the Platinum Challenge for Street Fighter 6. Because what I want to do there is I just want to get Platinum with every character, so that'll be fun. I'm sure I could do it, but... Let's go back to Sub-Zero.
Kano. Jax.
Oh, I get to pick. I never get to pick.
Cage Mansion.
Nice, you got
My
this.
ancestors say they've tangled with yours.
Has it occurred to you to ask them why?
Oh, the subtitles are now suddenly working. That's bug stuff. Like, again, it's a beta, so...
Round 1. Fight.
I do kind of love that Kenshi comes like pre-built with his own sis character.
Under the weather.
Round 2.
Yeah, but we'll see how things go. Like, I don't intend to stop playing just right this second, but the technical problems sort of gets me, and like it's Friday. I've been streaming for a little bit. You know, I kind of want to be able to dress up my evening too. I hadn't planned on playing Mortal Kombat. Ow. Oof. See, what I can imagine I can do. Oh, I killed myself.
Watch over.
Final round. Fight.
Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Oh, ow, ow.
Finish him.
Oh, this is gonna be painful looking. I'm glad you're playing. It's a good painting stream. I'm kind of glad. See, sometimes you just need a game like that where you can just, or a stream you can watch where it's like you don't have to be totally involved. You just kind of sit on the side and vibe, paint, or play a game. That's the streaming environment I kind of enjoy. You know.
Round 1. Fight.
Maybe if I called it earlier, that would actually work. See, now I'm looking at combo stuff, and I'm just like, oh, I see how that could work. Maybe it would be the kind of thing where I'd have to take it. I'd have to do the thing I never liked doing. You'd have to take it to the lab. And that's not to me to say. That's not me saying that lab work is bad. In the case of fighting games, I never like spending time in the lab. I never learned that way. There we go.
Your days grow short.
Round 2. Fight.
Whoa! I just saw Kenshi blink. Just saw him blink back and forth behind me there for a second. It's like, that was weird. Oh, I was... Escaping from throws is also something I still don't fully understand from Mortal Kombat. Which again is weird, because I've been playing it for so long. I think I have to call that earlier for that to work. Oof. I'm mid-move there. That didn't totally work. That's fine, though. Oh, that would have worked! That. Oof.
Finish him.
There we go. See, this tech I'm learning, this tech it's working. Oh, he wants to change characters. Fascinating. Now, because I went rematch, I wonder if it'll make me stick with him.
Kitana. Liu Kang. Sonya Blade. Sonya Blade. The Tea House.
Let's go to the tea house at night.
Countess Jade close. She is critical to your future.
Is it possible you could be more cryptic?
Oh, Kitana, you're so cool.
Round one. Fight.
Oop. Ow, fair enough. Oh, this guy's real good at getting those throws out. I can do it too, though. That's how to be back with this one. Okay. No.
I fight like my mother.
Round two. Fight.
Bop, bop, bop. Oh, there we go. Oh, this guy's so good at getting those throws in.
Finish him. Fatality.
Oof.
Kitana wins.
Hey, I'll rematch. It's a good set of games. I'm enjoying it.
Round
Oh, excuse me.
fight.
But yeah, sometimes I think you just need to find a stream like that, where it's just it's a comfy vibe, you can hang around. You know, there's not expectation. You know. I like having people around like that. You know, I just like being able to just hang out and vibe. Oh, Jesus. Guy's got a wicked good approach. I'm not any good at
Round
it.
two. Fight.
Ow, ow. Ugh. I am not good at blocking those throws. I can't read when they're happening. I can do throws too. Shouldn't have been teabagging, bro. And I'll catch that. All right, Crimson J, you have a good night. Enjoy your Friday, and you rest up. You take care of that foot, man. I don't want to be getting a message just like, oh yeah, Crimson J broke his foot. Like, fully. His foot was fine from work. He just did something else to break it. Oof. Just in the correct range, goddamn. A plausible scenario, right? That's why I felt the need to say it. No, that was good. Plan to use a ladder tomorrow. Praise be to ladders. Well, you be careful. Bah.
Kitana wins.
I'll keep playing this guy.
Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero mirror match. Let's go.
The tea house.
I will command the Lin Kuei. They will freeze you out, pretender.
Round one. Fight.
Okay, I didn't think that would still hit me, but there you go. Oh. Ow.
You're treading on thin ice.
Round two. Fight.
Ow, ow, ow. Nope. Ah. realistically, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to get him with that throw. Fishing for that brutality.
Sub-Zero win.
Off. Off. Oh, I got bullied. Oh, I got beat. It was good games for that guy, though. Good games, good games. I'm not embarrassed by that loss at all. Okay, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Take a quick look to find someone else to raid and kind of wrap up the night. Let's switch to just chatting here. Let's see who's streaming, and we can go figure out who we're saying hi to. So my opinion of it so far is that it's still a little bit too early to really give it a solid, like, this is going to be a great game. I think if you're into Mortal Kombat, if you like Mortal Kombat 11, it's more of the same. What I am worried about, I am worried that it will end up, I'm hoping it doesn't end up doing a lot of things that was problematic with Mortal Kombat 11. Which a lot of it was like you got to go through the store to unlock all this unlockables, all that jazz. I really hope that's just not, I hope that's not a thing it does. I would just like for the game to just be, this is how you do stuff, this is how you unlock stuff, and you're all good to go from there, you know? That's what I would like. But we'll see if that's actually what we get when the game gets released in September. Because, like, Jesus, the release date's right away. Hang on a second. Hang on. What was I reading here? What was I reading there? Also, it keeps cutting out to reset it like that. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Okay, I had a slight lie. And the reason I have a slight lie is that I'm waiting for a friend of mine to come online so that he can, will raid his stream. Okay. Yeah, so you know what? Actually, yeah, that thing's gonna keep resetting. Okay, so we're gonna play a little bit more online. I lied. I thought the person I was going to raid hasn't started yet. We're gonna give him a few more minutes to get started. So we're going to give it a minute here to talk about, just to give him a minute or two just to kind of go get ready so we can do that. But we're going to play a little bit more of this. We're going to play against the AI because I want to take a look at the last character I didn't really fiddle with was Kitana. And see how well her stuff works. But yeah, we're just kind of killing time until a friend of mine comes online so we can raid them. I'll admit it. I was like, oh, we can wrap up. You know what? They're going to start in the next few minutes. We'll go a little bit longer so we can raid them.
Round one, fight.
So Phantos, Princess Pirouette. Wow. A trap character, damn. Ooh. Maybe I should have played more with her, god damn.
Round two, fight.
Oh. Ow.
Finish him.
You know what? Oh, I was trying to do the partner fatality, but it didn't work. I misclicked it, I guess. But yeah, trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, the Nintendo Direct. I was very. I didn't get a chance to stream the Nintendo Direct, unfortunately, because it happened basically as my workday was starting. So it's like I just really didn't get a chance for that. I will say that I was pleasantly surprised. I did not think we were going to get Super Mario RPG back in any capacity. The fact we're getting it back in its, like, it looks like it's hard to expressly say what we're getting back from that, but just everything it looks like so far, it looks like it'll be good. Oof. There you go. Just throw the fan. What the fuck am I doing?
Dare threaten royalty?
Round 2.
Hey, what the fuck am I doing? Just throw the fan. Come on, Az, what are you doing? Just throw the fan. Second, what are his other moves from that? Oh, it's close and far. That makes sense. I think I vaguely understand that now.
Finish him.
Oh, I probably can't do it because I don't have the energy for it, I see. Yeah. I don't know why I can't get that now. Weird.
Kitana wins.
Shit, maybe I should have been using Katana. I think she's also a good character. Oh, okay, I don't think any of the characters are bad. It's just, it's going to be, there's one I'm going to be more familiar with, ones I'll be able to play with, and ones I will not. Yeah, so, what I would want Mortal Kombat to do and maybe this is one of them unreasonable asks, but I said one far backbreaker then for that. Ooh, I think she got some good stuff.
You disappoint me.
Round 2.
I would like for the game to have, like, the customization that Mortal Kombat 11 had. But I just wouldn't want it to be so very focused on the grind of it. I wouldn't be totally surprised if there's, like, a similar system compared to, like, that. I like the crypt to return, I think, is a big one for me. Oof. Because Mortal Kombat feels weird if it doesn't have the crypt. Oh, ow. Okay, just let me do that. Oof.
Finish him.
Wasn't what I wanted, but you know what? I'll take it because it killed them.
Kitana wins.
Yeah. I'd love the customization to be the thing, have a ton of unlockable costumes, some variation like they did before would be nice. It doesn't, like, if they're gonna do it, and I do think they are, like, so I think it's gonna be, I got a nice way to put it, like, I do think we're gonna see a lot of, like, carryover stuff from the previous game, and we're just gonna be like, okay, this is how we do this is what we're dealing with here. I didn't even think you were airborne, but okay, the game apparently says you were. Oh, I grab you. I'm safe. I'm safe. You can't touch me.
No clue, do you?
Round 2. Fight.
Oh. Oop. Ow. Rude. Oh, I don't know what that move was. Oh, it's EX and that, so it pops it up in the other way. I see, I see, I see. Oh. Well, hang on a second. While that's going, down, down, R1. Okay. It is down, down, R1. Oof.
A fitting end.
Oof. Oof. Okay, so he should be online now. Well, as soon as I just haven't rated them in a little bit, so I figure I kind of want to send some love that way. Yes, we're going to go over and say hi to my buddy Cosmic Raccoon, who is currently playing some kind of racing sim made by Konami called Enthusia Professional Racing. And they're going to be hanging out with my other friend, frequent collaborator and fellow grounded survivor, Minra. So we're just chatting. Let's get out of here. Yeah, let's set this right up. Let's go say hi. Let's go have ourselves a good time. Enjoy your Friday. I will be back tomorrow. I don't know what I'll be streaming. It probably won't be this. I only ever needed really one day. I might do it again tomorrow. I might do a little bit where I do this and maybe do something else. Maybe just kind of do a fighting game day. Maybe play something else. I haven't fully decided yet, but we'll see as things go. And yeah, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. I know today was a kind of a weird day for the stream, but I'm glad folks are able to hang out, vibe, have a good time. And we'll see how things go for tomorrow. I appreciate everyone who came on out. So I'll see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. I know I said that already, but I never know how to end these things. I do know I do want to start streaming on YouTube soon as well, so I might just pick a day a week where I do that. I haven't got that fully set up though yet, so I still want to dot my T's and cross my I's on that. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's everything. I'm at this button here. We're going to say hi to Cosmic. Y'all have a good evening. Take care, and I'll see you next time or tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.